Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, Where Truth Matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. Central Time, as we all get to ride home with each other and have a good time and find out more about what's going on in the sports world and everything else. You can find us on the radio at iacradio.media, where we are Fox News affiliates. You can also find us on television, 182 Charter, and also syndicated on Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on thenewscasters.com. Again, it's always a pleasure to see you every single day. And I'll have to tell you, a lot of you folks sure do like AP Steadham. AP, you're doing really good. And I'll tell you 3 states that I know definitely, you're just over the top. One of those is Alabama, Texas, Tennessee, and I want to add Georgia. And North Carolina and South Carolina are coming in too.
Hey, Don, so glad to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Well, we had another crazy weekend. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, Donna. It was a crazy week of football, and the SEC, Donna, is so competitive. But I think we always asking about surprises. Well, Texas A&M, Donna, undefeated. They beat LSU down there in College Station, and they were behind at halftime, 17-7, came all the way back and put 38 points on the board total for the game. And so I think those people in College Station, they're overjoyed with the new coach, Mike Elko, first year, taking over for Jimbo Fisher. So Texas A&M, that's a surprise team, maybe across the country. They lost their very first game to Notre Dame, and they've been undefeated ever since. So they're on a roll, Texas A&M.
Oh yeah, what else happened?
Yeah, we had Alabama, having lost to Tennessee in Knoxville, and people were really disheartened, and they were questioning their coach, Kalen DeBoer, first-year coach. But they came back with a 34-zip rousting of Mizzou, and Mizzou is a ranked team. And although Missouri was not playing very well offensively, it's still competitive. They were ranked, but Alabama shut them out. So I think that was impressive. Like I say, some people will say, well, their quarterback got hurt and they put in the second string quarterback, but they shut him out and did a very good job. When you hold somebody to 0 points on a ranked team, that's quite a defensive effort. That doesn't happen every day.
How important was that game? How important was that turnout?
I think it was important because it was homecoming. It was an SEC game against a ranked opponent. It was coming off a loss, a tough defeat, one touchdown loss to Tennessee. The fans were doubting their coach, doubting the team. I think it was fairly important, and it gets the team feeling that they can continue and they have a chance to compete and win the rest of their games. They have the 2 losses, and they're trying to stay in contention for the 12-team playoff. So some people will downplay that game against Mizzou because they didn't play their quarterback. He got injured, and they will say that Missouri has been struggling, but you held them to 0 points, okay? Now, this is Mizzou's second loss, and the first one was atrocious as well. They lost 41-10 on the road to that Texas A&M team we discussed, but Alabama shut them out. So anytime you could do that against the ranked opponent, go across the country. How many teams you shut out that are ranked? How many teams have done that? Not too many.
Not many. And I wanted to mention this, and I'm basing it on the comments that we got over the weekend. I think that from most of the Alabama fans, they're saying we're redeeming Alabama. Come on, feel a little more positive than that.
Yes. It's one ball game, Donna. One game, just like the Tennessee game was one loss. It was one score defeat. This is a one victory, and they have much football left to be played. So just keep it all in perspective.
And so many things can happen between now and the last game until you get to the bowl season. Just many things can happen. It could be based on someone being injured. Just so many different things.
That is correct. Injuries are part of the game that happens in practice, as we know. But like I said, there's a lot of football to be played, and Alabama is in contention. I think it's going to be might be a difficult path, Donna, because they have to have the 2 losses. But we saw, just to make a segue, we saw that Vanderbilt, the team that beat Alabama, put 40 points on Alabama in Nashville. came very, very close to competing with Texas. They lost 27-24. So Vanderbilt is a real team. And that was in Alabama's favor for Vanderbilt to play well against Texas, because now people are looking at Vanderbilt saying, gee whiz, we didn't know Vanderbilt was this difficult. We thought this was a huge upset of Alabama, number one at the time, which it was. But we can see that Vanderbilt, they can compete with the top teams in the conference.
One of our viewers actually sent a picture of him in his new T-shirt, and it has a picture of Saban saying, "Miss me yet?"
Yeah, that people should be over that. He's retired with Alabama. He's retired, and we're on to the next coach. Alabama should be on to the next coach.
There's also another hint that Saban could go to Virginia.
West Virginia, maybe, right? They said something about West Virginia, possibly, right? That's his home state. Yeah, I don't know how true that is. Now, I don't know, but like when I say we should be on to, people in college football should be beyond Nick Saban. Now, he's a commentator, and he's enjoying that, I believe. But if he comes back to his home state, good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. But now, how many years did we hear this is the last year for Saban? He's retiring. We heard that, I think, almost as long as you've been on the show. I mean, it's a long time.
It's a long time. Yeah. He was there 17 years. I guess that's the final number at Alabama anyway. So he coached nearly 50 years. So he gave his whole life to college football and football in general. Coached in the pros as well.
Yeah, let's let it go. Okay, so how a lot of folks asking questions and what your thoughts are about Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee, Donna, they had the bye last week. They're hosting Kentucky. Donna, I don't know what's happened. Well, I do know what's happened to Kentucky. They upset Ole Miss. I covered that game in Oxford. Had a nice ball game. The quarterback played well. Brock Vandagriff in that ball game. They lost to Auburn this week, 24-10. Auburn running back Jaquez Hunter almost had 300 yards, and they defeated the Wildcats in Lexington, 24-10. So they're 1-5. Or 3-5. I'm sorry, 1-5 in the conference. Donna, they just been having all types of trouble winning ball games ever since that Ole Miss upset.
Yeah,
and offensively, it's been every week they struggle to score points. And Brock Vandagriff and company, they've never been able to light a fire with that offense. So the defense, as we've seen through the years, if you don't have enough offense, you have a good defense, it gets worn down, and it's not the same. You start out with a good defense in the early part of the season, but they're on the field too long, and eventually they can't. It wears on them.
Yeah,
and they're less effective, less productive. So Kentucky's in a tailspin. They're playing at Tennessee this weekend. That's a rivalry, border states. So Tennessee should win this game, and maybe Tennessee will improve on their offense as well against the Wildcats.
In your opinion, who is the best offense coach in history?
Oh, the best one in history, my goodness. Well, I guess when you discuss offense, you always think of Bill Walsh of the San Francisco 49ers. He had that West Coast offense where you're getting a lot of people involved on short passes, and you're spreading the ball not only vertically but also horizontally, spreading the defense. So he's one of the great offensive minds of all time. He did coach in college, Tom. He coached at Stanford. So, yeah, he's one of the best of all time, I would say.
Yeah, a lot of folks need to model him and what he did to make that happen. So you put him over Coach Paul Bear-Bryant?
Coach Bryant was someone who won with many styles, Don. He ran the ball. He used the pro-style attack, throwing the ball. He ran the wishbone the last 12 years and had 3 more national championships. He won with defense. So the great coaches, in my mind, they're more than just one side of the football. Of course, Bill Walsh won Super Bowl, so he's considered a great coach, Hall of Fame coach. But the coaches that are on the top echelon to me, Tom Landry, he invented the flex defense, and he had a sophisticated offense as well. So he's right up there as one of the greatest of all time, I think, Tom Landry.
And you're talking about Bryant, Coach Bryant. People tried to duplicate him. They were just never successful at it.
Right. He had a lot of pupils. I think he had upwards of maybe 44 former assistants, I think, became head coaches, something like that. It was a huge number. big number.
Mhm.
But yeah, nobody was successful as him because he was one of a kind. He was an American original.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about Georgia. What's got to
Yeah,
happen to them?
yeah, George. They had the bye last week. Now they're going to be facing Florida. That's a big rivalry game in Jacksonville, Donna. That's where I'll be this weekend at the Florida-Georgia game. So Georgia, coming off that victory a couple weeks ago against Texas, they're number 2 in the country right now. Carson Beck is throwing the football very well. They're not running it like they want to. We always discuss that run game with Kirby Smart, but they're throwing the football. That's the majority of their offense and the success. And then they have the tough defense that they sacked. Texas had only allowed 6 sacks the entire season, Donna.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia sacked the quarterback 7 times in that game. And Georgia's not a team known for sacking the quarterback. They pressure the quarterback very well through the years, but sacking the quarterback, that's been not one of their fortes normally, but they're excellent defense, of course, one of the top defenses in the country. So Georgia has that defense. Carson Beck, their quarterback, is throwing the football to many receivers and is tied in, and the running game is supplements the passing game right now. So Georgia playing very well. They're going to be competing against Florida, who also had the bye. Florida coming off that big victory in Gainesville against Kentucky. They put 48 points on the Wildcats, which had a good defense at the beginning of the year, but that was pretty impressive. So big game in Jacksonville this weekend, Florida versus Georgia.
We're about to go into a break, but before we go into a break, what's happening between AP and Kelly as we see it? What happened last week?
Yeah, we had some good guests last week. We discussed the Missouri team because they were coming to play Alabama, and that was 2 ranked opponents within the conference. So we had Colin McAndrew, the writer from the Columbia Daily Tribune. He covers University of Missouri athletics. And then we had a gentleman from College Station to discuss Texas A&M. So this week we're probably going to discuss that Florida-Georgia game. That's the biggest game on the schedule in the SEC. Now we'll probably have somebody to discuss Florida and Georgia.
Mm-hmm. This coming week, Florida and Georgia.
Florida, okay. Yeah, that's the big game in the conference this week.
There we go. Let's go into a commercial break. We're going to be right back in just a few minutes. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for 2 or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community. Whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need, toys at Christmas, or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama.
You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers.
You ask and we listen. We're finally bringing the most requested offer ever. Get the queen size premium MyPillow, now only $19.98. MyPillow is made with patented adjustable fill. It adjusts to your exact individual needs regardless of your sleep position. It helps keep your neck aligned and holds its shape all night long so you get the best sleep of your life. But that's not all. Get our 6-piece kitchen or bath towel sets only $25. Our brand new mattress topper as low as $69.98. Get our famous MyPillow bed sheets for as low as $25 and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get huge discounts on all MyPillow products, including the premium queen size MyPillow, only $19.98. That's the lowest price ever. Don't delay, order today. From all of us here at MyPillow, thanks America!
Good afternoon. We're back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. Central Time. As I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. I always like to hang around and take AP with us as well. Always a lot of fun. This is just this is our meat of the season right here, where we have football, and I'm talking college football.
It is college football. 7 or 8 games have been played, and we're finding out about the teams, who's strong, who has some deficiencies that have kept them from winning. And Donna, we always discuss the top 5, so let's delve into that. I guess right now we have Oregon at the top from the Big Ten. We have Georgia from the SEC number 2. We have Penn State from the Big Ten number 3. We have Ohio State from the Big Ten number 4. We have Miami from the ACC number 5. Now, Donna, the other teams from the SEC in the poll. We have Texas at number 6, Tennessee number 7, Texas A&M moving up the charts as we discussed, number 9, Alabama number 14, LSU number 16. We have Ole Miss at number 19, and Mizzou at number 25. And those are a couple polls that I used out of the Football Writers Association of America and the Associated Press polls.
Okay, let's talk Auburn. Poor Auburn, poor Auburn.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Yeah, well, Auburn had that big win this weekend against Kentucky. They're running the ball effectively down. When you can run the ball, you can dictate to the other team. Mm-hmm. We don't feel like throwing the ball. We're just going to continue to run. You have to stop us. So Auburn was in a good position, and they upset Kentucky. Well, they beat Kentucky on the road. I think it was a slight upset, but so they got into the win column, and Kentucky continues to falter. But Auburn, Jarquez Hunter, career game for him, almost 300 yards. That's a big number in today's world, Donna, because we don't see many running backs putting up those types of numbers, the 200-yard plus game. So Auburn had a great ball game, and that was, they had it to all season long. They've been struggling, and they finally held on to the ball enough to put 24 points on the board and held the other team to 10. So good win for Auburn on the road in the SEC.
Well, Rex is an Auburn fan. So Rex had this idea and wanted me to present it to you. Maybe you could present it to the powers that be. And this is okay. You can't scrap games. My goodness, we got the rest of the season. That was part of his deal. He said, should they just start thinking about next year?
Well, I think they are probably done it in some regards, maybe in their substitution pattern, probably. But Auburn's got a huge game this weekend playing Vanderbilt. They're hosting Vanderbilt. Now, this is an interesting game, Donna, because Vanderbilt coming off that close loss to Texas, one of the top teams. Vanderbilt, and then Auburn coming off the win over Kentucky. Now, the quarterback, Diego Pavia, Donna, he has a long history competing against Hugh Freeze. He was a 20-plus point underdog when Hugh Freeze was the coach of Liberty. He was at New Mexico State. He beat Liberty. Then last year, he was still at New Mexico State. They were a 20-point-plus underdog, and they came in and beat Auburn by 3 touchdowns. So now here it is. A third time he's coming to play against the Hugh Freeze coach team. I don't know, Hugh Freeze, he's got to be awful fearful of Diego Pavia, the quarterback of Vanderbilt. He's beaten him twice with New Mexico State. He beat 2 of his teams, Liberty and Auburn. So right now, Vandy and Auburn, that's a special game. When you're looking on the schedule 5 years ago, you're thinking, okay, Vanderbilt and Auburn, they don't play that much. But now it's circled because of the quarterback situation, and now he's beat Hugh Freeze coach teams. So quite interesting.
This could be a pretty big game. What does Freeze have to do to win this one?
Yeah, you've got Vanderbilt, Donna, they control the possession of the ball. They will have your offense on the sideline so long, by the time your offense is on the field, they're frustrated, and that's when they tend to make mistakes, when they're waiting, and the defense can't get off the field. So Vanderbilt is a team that controls possession of the ball, and they score points. In other words, they not only hold the ball, they're scoring points. They don't have a top offense, but they have one of the better scoring offenses, which I'd rather have. I forget the ranking for my offense. If I have the total scoring, if I'm in the top 25, 30, 35, I'm happy.
Now, within the SEC ranks, who's the top 5?
Oh, yeah, within the SEC ranks, we have Georgia at number 1. We have Texas is number 6, so that would be the second one. Tennessee, Texas A&M, Alabama, LSU, and Ole Miss, and then Mizzou. Those are the top teams in the SEC.
Okay, now let's talk Clemson. We got some Clemson fans out there.
Right, Clemson. Clemson is a team, Donna. They're hitting their stride, and there's a couple reasons that I believe. They always usually play pretty good defense, Clemson. But Cade Klubnik, the quarterback, he had a dramatic improvement from the first game. Georgia shut him down. I think they scored 3 points in the game, Donna. They couldn't even get the offense moving. So they're scoring points with regularity, and they usually play good defense in that conference. So Clemson is a team to watch out, because they're probably on a destiny. It looks like they're on a destiny to play Miami, who's undefeated at this point. Miami has the very good quarterback, Cam Ward, the transfer. He came from Incarnate and Washington State. Donna, before he even arrived there, I think he had 13,000 yards already in his career as a quarterback. So he's been a magician, because Miami's been winning very close games. The defense has been suspect, but they've overcome the bad defense with great offense. And that's due to Cam Ward, their quarterback. But Clemson right now looks like they're on path to play Miami for the ACC championship.
So they're pretty high up in the ranks at this point.
Oh, yeah. They got a good record. And Dabo Swinney, he's always got good talent. It's just a question mark. He's had some very, very, very good quarterbacks. And Cade Klubnik was not in that club, earlier in the season, but he's getting much better, and they're scoring a lot of points now.
Well, I'll have to tell you this. We were in Anderson, South Carolina, which is just a few minutes from Clemson. And I saw Clemson stuff everywhere. I mean, it was just, and if you're not from there, we actually went to the farmer's market once when we were up there, and people from the farmer's market were asking us, "Are you Clemson?"
Or you South Carolina? It's
South
almost like
Carolina, right?
Alabama Auburn stuff around
That's
there,
right.
right?
Yeah, it's the orange and the garnet, right? The red. There it is.
Oh, yeah, they're big. Now, around the nation, there's someone you're looking at right now that you think could just like, be number who let me rephrase that. So at this point, who do
Right,
you see as being the number one team
right,
in
right.
college football?
Yeah, I think that Oregon, that Dylan Gabriel, left-handed quarterback, transferred from Oklahoma. Was originally, I think, of that Central Florida. So he transferred there, and he's been playing very well. He's in the Heisman discussion. And Oregon, they beat Ohio State by a point. And I saw Ohio State play. Ohio State very talented with the receivers, running back, quarterback. So that was a impressive win earlier in the season, couple 2-3 weeks ago. Guess it was. So Oregon, they have a good coach, Dan Lanning, good young coach, and I think they're a team to beat, and they're going to make the playoffs by the Big Ten. And outside of that, Donna, like I said, Miami, they scored a lot of points, but defensively, I think that's a weakness for them. That could lose them some ball games here against the tougher team, but they're still undefeated, and they're winning to their credit. You have Texas. Texas had that tough game against Vanderbilt. Georgia's strong because I think they could play defense against you in some of these matchups down the road where you're getting into the playoffs. I think they have the ability to shut people down to some degree. I mean, in this world of college football, shutting down means a few crucial stops to let you have the win. Yeah. But I think, Georgia's still a team to watch because of their defense as well as their offense. They're led by their quarterback, Carson Beck. And Penn State's a team that's undefeated. They have some difficult games coming up. Ohio State, I think, is one of them, but their quarterback was injured the other day, so I'm not sure the health of their quarterback. So I would watch Penn State to see, check the status of their quarterback. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A little bit over a minute left in this segment. If you could only watch one football game this coming week, which one would it be?
Well, we'll take the SEC down. Florida, Georgia. That's the game to watch in the conference this week. And that other one is interesting is Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt versus Auburn on the play.
I'm a little into that.
Yeah, I would watch that game. I would watch that game.
If you were a betting person, would you bet on that one?
No, I don't think I would. Diego Pavia. Like I said, 3 times he's done that. He's beaten a team that was, 20 points favorite. 20 points plus, and he's beating them. So, yeah, I'd kind of stay for that. I would really just enjoy that competition.
Yeah, I think so, too. I would never bet on any game. Too many variables.
Yeah.
I don't bet anyway.
Yeah, 3rd time against Hugh Freeze. Hugh Freeze, he's got to be having some sleepless nights this week.
He's got to be. AP, thank you so much for being on the show with me today. AP and Kelly, as we said, Football Friday at 4 right here on this station at IC Radio. Now, you are also in other platforms.
Right. YouTube at my YouTube channel at AP Steadham, and then also the show AP and Kelly, as we see it, on our YouTube platform as well. You can watch us. Everything is video now.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. But
and
congratulations on that.
And also the newscasters.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you're part of that one. Some fantastic hosts are on that platform as well. But thank you again, AP, for being with us. And thank you also, guys, for watching. We definitely appreciate that. You can find us on the radio at icradio.media, Fox News affiliates. You can also find us on television, 182 Charter, as well as Abundance Television, syndicated, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And we're with the newscasters as well. So I'm so glad that you're part of us, AP. It's wonderful. Okay, thank you again so much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic rest of the day.